Let me see if I can simplify that. Correct me if I'm wrong. For the vast majority of those using a Matterport Pro 3 camera to do indoor scans, 50,000 square feet and less, maybe some outdoor scanning of a building that's 50,000, 100,000 square feet. That's not something that you've experienced any problems with. We both obviously read the We Get Around Network forum. There's only a handful of problems I've ever seen reported in the forum about the Matterport Pro 3 camera, and this particular issue is not one of them. So I'm going to guess, because of the number of scans and the amount of outdoor space that you were doing, you really are pushing the limits at 700 scans and 500,000 square feet that the 6th generation iPad solved.
Yeah, well, it was 900,000 square feet. I'd like to say that just because that's the max that I hit at the 700 scan point.
Oh, what was the issue with the 500,000?
500 was when they told me to switch from the 4th to the 6th.
Because you were having problems then.
I was having problems, yeah.
So as soon as you switched to the 6th generation Apple iPad, you were able to complete the space that was 900,000 square feet, which was all outdoors. And the problem had started at 500,000 square feet, where you're starting to have scanning issues.
No, so it was crashing at around 500,000 square feet, or maybe 400 scans. And once I switched to the 6th gen, I was able to do an additional 300 or so scans and get an additional 400,000 square feet. And then it just wouldn't align. And I think it's just me testing the limit. I've seen recently on the Moog Facebook group that somebody did 2,200 scans with the device. And I'm pretty sure that was a Pro 3. I don't know for sure, but I've also done 70,000 square feet with no issues indoors.
Okay, so our
kind of a one-off.
So, when I think about who our audience today is, somebody that's maybe thinking about buying a Matterport Pro 3 camera, upgrading from a Matterport Pro 2 camera, maybe it is their first time that they're getting started with Matterport scanning, even with a Matterport 3 camera. I guess that if you have a 4th generation, 5th generation, 6th generation, 7th, you're probably okay. But if you're just buying an iPad or an Android tablet for the first time, I think what you're probably going to recommend, certainly I would recommend, is, get the most storage with the most memory in order to prevent issues that may develop in the future, even if you think you'll never do 900,000 square feet. Just in case, you might as well have the right tool for the job.
Yeah. It's just being an extremist and future-proofing. I'm hoping Disney will call me to scan Disneyland, and I want to be able to be prepared. And yeah, so I guess we'll know when I get another big outdoor scan.
Okay, well, I think obviously Disney and Anaheim, but I'm thinking that Epcot and Disney World might be bigger opportunities. You want to set your sights higher.
I'm too low. Yeah.
Okay. So for any of those that are interested in having their theme park scan, Tom has some experience doing large outdoor spaces, including 900,000 square feet. Okay, so you got 2 devices. You mentioned that you could use a smartphone, either an iPhone or an Android. Why would you recommend a tablet rather than a smartphone? Because I know some people are going to think, oh, I could save some money if I use my smartphone rather than getting a tablet.
Yeah, you can certainly save some money. I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I've used it sometimes when I'll forget my iPad, or the kid kills the battery on it watching a TV show. So I've used the iPhone and it works fine. It's just, for me, I like having a bigger screen when I'm marking mirrors and windows and trim. It's a little easier to do when you can zoom in on a bigger.
Okay, so we'll talk about that later in the show.